Hello and welcome. My name is Ayman Ahmed. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to configure DHCP using Packet Tracer. Okay, what we are going to do is we are going to um, cable first this network. This is what we are going to do here. Okay, the green network on the right here is network 192.168.5.0/24. So from our subnetting class, we know that the usable IP addresses will be ranged from .1 all the way down to .254. And because, as you know, that 25.255 is the broadcast and .0 is the network. Okay, let's jump here to the left side, which is the blue network. We have again 192.168.1.0/24. Again, it's going to range from 1.1 all the way to 1.254. Okay, and here's the same on the red network. We have this 192.168.2.0 is going to range from 2.1 all the way to 2.254, and again 2.55 the broadcast. Okay, here on the light blue here, this one, it's a slide 30 because it's a point to point. We need only two IP addresses. If you need only two IP addresses, then you're going to use slash 30 or 255.255.255.252. 252, if you again from our subnet class, that's 252. The magic number is 4, so you go from 0 to 4. .0 is the network ID, and .4 is the network ID for the next block. So here the first usable IP will be that sorry about this, it will be .0.1, and the second one will be .2. .3 going to be the broadcast IP. So we have all the two usable IPs, which is .1 and .2. So here we're going to use for this interface 192.168.3.1, and for this interface here we're going to use 192.168.3.2, and the same thing here too will be 4.1 and 4.2 because we are using slash 30. So let's go ahead and cable this network real quick. Let me just get my packet tracer. Okay, let me just try to align it to fit the window here. Let's take it a little bit up, a little bit down, and let me just stretch it to the side. Okay, cool. So let's put up my routers first. So I have 3 routers in the middle. I will hit the control key and hold it and click on the router. So now I can place 3 routers at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Here I have also 3 switches. I'm going to go down, click on the switches tray here, hold down the control again, and then I'll put 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I have 6 PCs. I'll click on the PCs again, hold the control, and then 2 here, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and I do have 1 server. So this is the server. I'll place the server here. So let's do the cabling for the end networks here. I will go switch to a PC. Then we need a straight through cable. Also again, because I need a lot of straight through cables, So what I will do is I will hold the control and click on the cable here. So and now I will do my cabling real fast. Here, fasten it to PC1, and also we'll do here. So this here, and now I will cable from here to the PCs to the routers, fast Ethernet 00 and fast Ethernet 01 to here, from here to fast Ethernet 00. Now here what I will do is, because I will use a WAN link, which is the serial link between here and here, but by default packet tracer, if you see here, those are the slots for you can place serial interfaces here, or serial cards, which is the WIC cards, WIC here. You have to switch it off, and then I'll place it right here. I'll switch it on. I'll do the same thing for the other two routers. You have to go to the physical, switch it off, place the WIC here, switch it on, go here again, switch it off, place the WIC card over there, switch it on. Okay, so now I'll connect the serial interfaces. So from here, I'll put the clock here. You see here, let me just show you this. You see here, this serial cable has a clock, right? So once you click on this one here, the first router that's you're going to click on, that's the router interface, will be responsible for clocking, for synchronization and all this here. So I'll click here, and then I will use 0, 1, 0. From here I will use again 0, 1, 0, and then I will use this router for clocking. So I will click here, and then I have 0, 1, 1, and here also I will use 0, 1, 1. So now my network is already cabled, and here this one is our green network, and this one is our red network, and this one is our that's blue or purple network. Okay, so if you want to do the let's just do the configuration. If you want to look at the network, this is what we had before, and we just keep it just the same. Now it looks the same. Okay, so let's do the configurations real quick on this router, and let me just label those real quick here so you can see what's going on. 192.168.1.0/24. Let me just copy this one so we can be fast. And this network here is the 1.2.2.0, and here we have 5.0 for this network, for the green, which is the one that's on the right, 5.0. Okay, here we have the 4.0, but it's a /30, and 30 here, and this one is the same, but this one is .3.0, and again it's also /30 because it's point to point. We need only 2 IP addresses. Let me just line this for this and this for this so you can remember. Alright, so let's do the cabling here for fast Ethernet 00. You know, it's up to you, but you know, normally I use the first IP, or the same, like 1.1 will be the gateway for this network, and 2.2 will be the default gateway for this network, and here 5.5 will be the network for the right, the default gateway for the network on the right. Let's do the configuration. Here, you know, I really hate the GUI interface, but you know, let's do the GUI so you can understand what's going on. But most of the time I use the CLI. So the GUI interface would like the GUI interface here would like to use fast Ethernet 00, and fast Ethernet 00, we know that it's the 1.0 network. So I will just copy and paste here, and this one is 1.1, right? That will be the gateway for the left network, and then the subnet is /24 255.255.255.0. If you notice here at the bottom, you know, whatever that you do in the GUI is going to convert it on the background to the CLI command, the command lines, the commands here. So you see, like once I did IP address 192.168.1.1, it immediately went to that interface, and it did IP address 192.168.1.1, the space, and then the subnet mask, which is 255.255.255.255. Now I need to .0. I'm sorry. What I need to do is to switch it on. So that's no shot. Like as soon as I do here, if you notice down here, it's going to do a no shot. No shot. All right, no shot. And now the interface is the change state to up. Okay, now I need to configure the other interface, which is this one, and I believe that is network 2.0. Again, I can do this here, and 2.2 for that will be the default gateway, no shot. And now I need also to configure the serial interface, which is serial 010. Serial 010. I will go here, and then that is 192.168.3.1. Look here, but be careful here because the subnet mask is not 255.255.255.0, is 255.255.255.254. I'm sorry, 252. And I'll say no shot. Oops. Just stick there. Now it's here. Okay. 192.168.3.1. Two 5.2. No shot. Okay. We do have here. Okay, so now we did configure all the interfaces on this router. If you see, this interface is up and this interface is up. This one is down because we did not configure this interface. So let's go there and do it. Fast Ethernet 0/1/0. So if you remember, that's we did 3.1. This one will be 3.2. 252. Switch it on. Okay, so let's do the other interface, which is 0/1/1, and that would be the 4 network .4. So it would be 4.1 252. Okay, so now this one is, you see, it came to up because now both links are up. So now let's configure the this site here, which is also 192.4.0 network, but this time it will be 192.168.4.2. That 4.2. Again, that's 4.2. And 252. Switch it on. So now that's router 2, this site. If you put the mouse here, then it will show you which interfaces that you did configure. I did configure serial interface 0/1/0, 010. Oh, I need to configure, I'm sorry, 011 on this interface, 011. So this is what I did here. I will just copy this one and I'll delete this one to switch it off. Say shutdown. Now I need to do this and 252. Okay, so now it's up, if you notice there. So now I need to configure fast Ethernet 00 on the 5.0 network. We'll click here, let's say 5.5. Here, no shut. Now this side is up to. Now they are all up. What I can do now, all our PCs, they do not have IP addresses, and even our server. Let's just configure the server real quick, and then on the server I'd like to use the last usable IP in this subnet, which is 254 will be. So I will go desktop here, and then I'll do 192.168.5.254. Okay, what's the default gateway, which is the nearest router interface? That would be the nearest router that's connected to this network, which would be 5.5.5. The DNS server, this server is doing, like, say for example, both DNS and DHCP. I will just put the IP address of the same server here, and that's all. Let me just make sure that I give this one the right one, fast Ethernet 00. Yes, that's correct. Okay, now the server has a static IP of 192.168.5.254. Now, those IPs, those PCs on the left side cannot get any IP addresses from the DHCP server, because we did not configure a routing protocol on those routers. But those PCs here can get from IPs from the DHCP server. After we just do the configuration, we go under services. See here, DHCP. Let's use this one here, and then I will say the default gateway, which is 5.5. That's the default gateway of this network. The DNS server, it's the same, so 254. Starting IP is starting from 5.1, and then it goes all the way, and this is the subnet mask 255.255.255, and I will just hit save. So if you notice here, this is the pool name, and the default gateway for this network, for the network on the right here, is 192.168.5.5, because this is the gateway for this network, this interface, fast Ethernet 0/0 on router 2. So now if I come to this PC here and I go desktop IP and then just the radio button here from static, I will click on DHCP and then it's just requesting IP addresses. It's requesting an IP address from there and is not getting it. It's not getting it. So let's try it again. If not, then we'll troubleshoot to see what's the problem is. I'm glad this is happening so we can see what's wrong. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's check services. Here everything looks fine, but here this is the problem. Because the DHCP is off, so it will not be able to give any IPs unless you switch it on. This is the catch. Okay, so now if you go to this here and then go here, you see it's already got the correct IPs. And if we go to this one here, it's already got the correct IPs. Let's just do it again. See, it's already getting the correct IPs. So now those PCs here on the left side will not be able to get any IP addresses from the server. You see it's getting 169. Okay, first of all we need to configure the pool for this network and the pool also for the left network. What we can do is let's just do the pool for the red network, this one here, which is 2.0. Okay, so services, DHCP, what we can do, say red network, and the default gateway for this one is let's just see, that's 2.2. That's the same, would be for the DNS server. Here only 2. Starting from 2.1. That's all I can say. Add. Okay, I did add this one. Let's just add the blue network. The blue network has 1.0, so that would be the default gateway is 1.1, and this is the same. That's the DNS server. Here it will be starting from 1.1. I'll say, just start from 1.1, even though we have the default gateway as a static IP that we did for the router as a gateway. So now I say add. This one now is added, which is the blue network. I'll close the DHCP server. We don't need it anymore. But it's still, those ones cannot get an IP address because you see it will get 169 from here, because those PCs on the left here cannot communicate with the server, DHCP server on the right here. So what we need to do is we need to configure routing protocols on those routers. Okay, so let's configure routing protocol on this router. We're going to use RIP, just a simple routing protocol. So and then we need to configure the network 192.168.3.0 and 192.168.4.0, which is the right leg of router 1. So config RIP, just using again the GUI interface. I will just go here, and this one is 3.0. You see, when you configure routing, you need to give the network ID, not the interface ID or not any other usable IP address. So the second one is 4.0. That's the other one, the other leg, the network on the right. Okay, that's fine. You see, now we only configured it here. What we need to do is also get if we just want to do, like say, ping from this router to this router. Again, let's do it from this router to this router. It's going to fail. All right, let's just configure also the routing interface, the routing protocol on this router, which is we have the left network 4.0 and the right network is 5.0. So 4 and 5 rip. Okay, we have, this is the 5 and this is the 4.0. Add, you have to click add. So again, let's do it for this here, for this router. We have the right network is 3.0 and then we have 1.0 and we have 2.0. We have 3, 1, 2 and 3. Let's do those. Rip 1.0, two dot zero and 3.0, because there are three networks connecting to this router here. This one on Fast Ethernet 00 1.0, on Fast Ethernet 01 2.0, and again the on the serial interface here we have another network which is 3.0. Now let's see if we can ping from here to here. It failed before. See, it's still here. Now it's successful, because now if you do this here, let's just go to the CLI here, and then if I do Control Z there, and then I do show IP route. I do show IP route. Now I do have, as we said in class, those ones are directly connected network, and this one is using RIP. You know, here this one is router 1, which is this router in the middle. This router in the middle, it's using RIP to go to 1.0, which is the network on the left here. If you want to go to network 1.0, go via 192.168.3.1, which is the next hop interface, which is this interface here. Okay, so again, if you need to go to the other network, which is 2.0, the red network here, you have to go also via the same interface, because that's going to go to the left networks. But look here, if you want to go to the 5, which is the one on the right side, the green network, you have to go via 4.2, which is this interface here, 4.2. This goes here. So now if we check our PC here, it shouldn't get an IP address using the DHCP, because the DHCP server, it's located in a different network, and you know, it cannot be communicated this far here. So what we need to do is we need to configure IP helper on this interface and on this interface in order to go there. So in Fast Ethernet 00, let's do this. Okay, exit interface Fast Ethernet 0/0. I will go IP helper address, and then I put the, if I use the question mark here, and then it will ask me to put an IP address for the destination, IP helper. Like say here, IP helper, if you receive any IP for this destination, please send it over. So 192, the destination, which is the DHCP server, 192.168.5.254. Okay, so this one, it's here. That's the IP helper on this interface. We would like to do it the same. We would like to do the same thing here on this interface, which is Fast Ethernet 0, Fast Ethernet 0/1. So exit out of here. I will say interface Fast Ethernet 0/1 and I do the same thing, IP helper 192.168, the IP address of the DHCP server dot 254. Enter. Now if we check our PCs here, they should receive IP addresses from the DHCP server. You see this one got the right one, which is 192.168.1.3, and this one the right subnet mask, the right default gateway, and the right DNS server IP address. You see 1.1 it gave to the, because we gave it as a static IP address to fast Ethernet 0/0. So and I believe this one got 1.2. This one 1.2. You see 1.2. So now if we go here to this network, we can check the same thing here. Let's use DHCP. Let's just here. You see 2.3. 2.3 because we gave 2.2 to the default gateway. 2.2, 2.3, and then we turn on the DHCP, this one, to obtain an IP address automatically. 2.3 is here, do it here, 2.1 is right here. So now we can ping. Now I have a fully I have a full connectivity between all those PCs. I can go from here to here, successful, from anywhere, from here to here, successful, from just here to whatever, to the DHCP, connecting fine, and that's all. So thank you for viewing. I hope this has been informative. Thank you.